Hi there and welcome to Wade's Workshop. A little production job this one, in which I've got to make some of these little quarter brass jets, 1/4 inch diameter, 25 long, 1/4 UNF thread on it, and a ball through the middle, a little profile on the end. I'll take you through how I go about making these. Got a little job to do, and I got to make 20 of these. They're actually gas jets for product. Okay, it's 1/4 diameter brass bar, and I've got a length of 1/4 brass bar. It's drilled through the centre, little chamfer on this end. It's got a 1/4 UNF thread so far down, a little shaped nipple on the end, which we'll go into the detail of that afterwards. And as I said, it's drilled all the way through. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my brass bar up in a 3-jaw chuck and part myself off. 20 I've got to make this time, so 20 of these, and I'm going to leave them a mil over length when I part them off. So I've just faced the 1/4 bar with the parting tool against that stop. So if I now wind out 28.2, and the 28.2 is the 26 that I want length, plus the width of the parting tool, which is 2.2, that gives me 28.2. So I'll just bring the bar out till it touches the leading face of the parting tool, wind it off, back against the stop, my DRO's back on 0, and part it off. So I'll do one of those in real time. There we are, 28.2. Bring the bar out, touch the tool, lock the chuck again, back to my stop. Part it off. So I got 20 of those to do. Let's just double check my length. I'm looking for around 26 mil. You can't really fault that, 26 mil. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be plus or minus 0.1 typically. So yeah, 20 of those to do, and I parted them off 1 mil over length. And that's the last one done. So my next step is going to be to face this end, centre drill it, and I'll just put a little break edge on there, ready to drill it all the way through. And this is going to be the action end, or this end shall we say. I'm going to drill from this side back, and then if we get any drill wander, it won't matter on the back edge so much as it does on the front edge. So we drill through from the part that needs to stay central all the way. So I'm going to face that off. Just centre drill it with the centre drills just smaller than the drilling size that it's going to be, and just put a break edge on there for safety's sake. So just to show you one of those, I've got a little 45-degree tool in here which will actually face. So yeah, pretty much touch on there, face that off, little break edge with a tool. And centre drill it out, and there you have it. That's another one off the list. Grab another. Just having them about 10 mil hanging out the chuck. Face it off, break the edge. And drill it out. Again, I'll do that 20 times and I'll bring you back to the next operations. So the drill size for these is 3.5 millimeters. So we've got to drill them all through, right through 3.5 mil. So I'm going to set up my 3.5 mil now in my little small accurate drill chuck. There we go. And we're going to drill them right through. On the same note, I've got it stuck out about 15 mil now, and I've just brought my normal tool in, touched on the end, and I know the thread length on these from the front face is 10 mil. So I give myself a guideline, set a 0 there, come back 10 mil, and just scratch a little line on the outside, and that gives me a reference point for where I'm going to run the thread down to at a later date. So this operation is scratch a line and drill them through. Okay. Picking up on that centre drill. I just have a few pets at this, take it gently. This is a brand new sharp drill. I've done this job quite a few times. And there we go, that's drilled through. So I'll just do one more of those for you to see. When I put these up in the chuck, I do check that the outside is still running true. So I'm in the chuck about 8 mil, stuck out maybe 15 mil. Just spin it up. Yep, running nicely. Touch on the end, give myself a 0, back 10 mil on the DRO. Give myself a little witness line. That's it. And commence drilling. Just back it off every now and again just to make sure that the swarf is clearing. But I can see the swarf coming out with the drill flukes with every turn. If at any point I see it stop coming out, obviously I would back it up, but these seem to drill through quite nicely. So there we are. That's a 3.5 mil drill through the full length of 25 mil. So the next step is going to be to put that little profile on the end before I put the thread on. And it's, let me bring you into shot, that's better. It's 4.7 diameter over 3 mil. It's got a little 45-degree lead into the thread, and there's a little radius dressed to break it into the end. I don't know whether that picks up fairly well. Yeah, you can see the general idea. So what I've done is I'll bring the jet back up into the chuck here. I think that's in shot. Yes, it is. And I'm setting the stick out at 16 mil. So it just takes a moment just to do the stick out. Double check it. There we go. And that's nipped in there at 16 mil. So let's just bring you out again. Whoop, not that way. So I've locked my cross slide here, which I can lock the cross slide to a fixed position, which will give me 4.7 diameter. And I've got the 45-degree tool up. And I've set my carriage stop in this direction so that it will, because that's stuck out 16 mil, it will stop and give me approximately the 3 mil with a 45. I'll bring you in a bit closer. And you can see, I just come in, that's all fixed. All I got to do, bring the carriage forward till I hit my stop. Here's my 4.7 over 3. And I just neatly dress the radius on the end. So I'll just do a quick one more of those while we're talking. So again, looking for around 16 mil. Whoop. Every time I put it in, I always end up with 15 mil hanging out on the first try. 16 mil. There we go. Dress the end over. Just with a needle file, little radius on the end. You say it's not critical. And another 20 of those, or 18 of those. So my next step is going to be to face them to length on the back edge and put a chamfer on the back edge. I've just had a measure up of the lengths of them. I've just done this lot. These two here are what's left of the odd ones. They're 1 mil over length, and these are all 0.5 over length. So let's just get these 1 mil ones out of the way. So put them up anywhere in the chuck, sticking out probably 6-7 mil. I know there's a mil to come off, so I'll just come up with my chamfering tool, touch the front, zero on the DRO, wind in a mil, face it off, chamfer it, done. So I'll do that for all 20 now. So the final step is to put the 1/4 UNF thread on the end, that's the sample one, back to my line which I marked earlier at 10 mil long, and thread it up. So to do this, I have a brand spanking new 1/4 UNF die, straight out the packet as it were, in my tailstock die holder, and I've fitted my winding handle on the back of the headstock, and I've also pushed my emergency stop, so there's no way I can start the lathe up with the handle in. It's something I do every time. I mean, sometimes when I've taken the handle out, I think, oh, what's wrong with the lathe now? And I realise it's the e-stop. I never use the e-stop really. The only time I ever use it is when I've got the winding handle in. I'll just show you the operation quickly. I'll bring the tailstock in till it's somewhere near. Pull the die forward. Oh, wind it in until the line just enters the die, maybe a mil or so. Wind it back with my winding handle, and there we are. Let's see if we can zoom you in on that. Oh no, and there we are. Anyway, that's the thread completed. So yeah, I'll give you a couple of different angles of that. So as I said, bring the tailstock in somewhere near, just lock that off and wind her in. When my little line disappears just below surface, that's it, thread done. There we have it. Well, that's it. 20 parts, all done and dusted. All in all, about an hour's work, I guess. Maybe an hour and a half with filming. Well, there we are. Job done. I hope you found this one interesting. Just a little production job. It doesn't come up very often, hence why I haven't done special tooling for it and what have you, to sort of cut out operations. It's always about 20 odd, and it's a couple of times a year, I suppose. But nice little job. Keeps me out of mischief. Anyway, I've been Adrian. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers now.